Hello, everyone. Let's get the rundown for this week's SmackDown live from Cincinnati. Just 2 days away from the Elimination Chamber, the final boss himself, The Rock, kicked off the show looking as if he had something on his mind. Upon entering the ring, his entrance was cut short by none other than his cousin, the undisputed Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. The Tribal Chief made his way to the ring, where The Rock would give him a piece of advice heading into his tag team match with Jimmy Uso against LA Knight and Seth Rollins at the pay-per-view, declaring that the match should take place under Bloodline rules. Reigns agreed, and as Rocky went to leave the arena, he was blindsided by the man he attacked last week, CM Punk, but got out of Dodge before Roman had a chance to retaliate. What a way to kick off SmackDown. Next up, newest member of the LWO, Dragon Lee, was set to take on the United States Champion, Karrion Kross, with the title on the line. Dragon Lee shocked the world, taking control early on in the match. We had never before seen Kross be on the receiving end of such an offensive drive. The champions took shelter outside of the ring, but his safe place was swiftly blown apart with a huge suicide dive. Kross turned the tables outside of the ring, then took over with his sheer power. And help from Scarlett, of course. Lee continued fighting, knocking Kross off of the apron and hitting an insane tope called Halo to a supine Kross on the floor. Scarlett sent a baseball bat into the ring and removed the padding on the turnbuckle. And as Kross went to with Lee into the exposed metal, Lee reversed, sending Kross chest first into the steel. Lee slipped out of Kross's Death Valley driver and landed a huge posing right off. But all it took was one final distraction from Scarlett, and Kross snuck up from behind and locked in the Kross jacket. The whole of that won him the championship in the first place. Lee submits and Karrion Kross retains the gold. I have a feeling this won't be the last time these two cross paths. Next up, our second of two title matches takes place as the unholy union of Elba Fire and Ela Dawn challenge Katana Chance and Kaden Carter for the women's tag team title. This was the pair's first title defense since winning the belt. This was a very fast-paced, back-and-forth match, up with a ton of action between the two young teams. Seeing Ela Dawn landing one of the fiercest meteor rats I've ever seen, and a satellite DDT from Chance that spiked fire on the top of her head. Dawn knocked Carter off of the ring apron, then joined Elba Fire in this strange assisted gory bomb maneuver, absolutely devastating Katana Chance. For the 1, 2, Elba Fire and Ela Dawn are your new Women's Tag Team Champions. Can you believe it? Which saw the referee get knocked out cold, and Escobar capitalizing on the opportunity, demolishing the bruiserweight with a steel chair. Just when Santos thought he had the match won, Dunn kicked out in the nick of time. The momentum began to change as Pete Dunne connected with the bitter end. Santos managed to kick out and would go on to connect with the thrill of the hump, which Dunne also kicked out of. It seemed each man was impervious to the other's attacks. Neither man would stay down. Escobar laid the stunned bruiserweight across the announce desk and landed a huge moonsault from all the way on the ring post. Santos Escobar wins the match by countout. Things would have certainly went differently had Santos not attacked Dunne with the chair early on in the match. I have a feeling this feud is far from over. And this brings us to our main event, ladies and gentlemen. The EST Bianca Belair collides with Dakota Kai to determine the final competitor to enter the Women's Elimination Chamber this Sunday. Just 1 week ago, Damage CTRL beat the living hell out of their former friend Bayley so badly she could not be here tonight. One can only wonder if Bayley is watching on from home. Belair took charge till Dakota landed a huge double foot stomp and unleashed some Kawada kicks. Belair hit a big spine buster. Kai broke out the dreaded inverted Boston Crab. We see a gorilla press into a standing moonsault. And the EST shows her strength with an insane suplex from the middle rope. But Kai could not stop Belair from landing the KLD. Bianca Belair advances to the Elimination Chamber, and then came Kairi Sane. And Io Sky, they look to do what they did to Bayley last week to Bianca Belair. They laid out Bianca to attempt to take her out of the chamber. And then, ladies and gentlemen, biggest free agent in all of pro wrestling is on SmackDown. Damage CTRL cleared the ring and left Karri Sane all alone. Karri couldn't believe her eyes, and Jade with a big boot. Cargill had her right where she wanted her and landed the... Jade. Cargill stood tall in the ring. What a